up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Alright, check it out, man. I want to talk about Eddy Reynoso and Oscar Valdez. Big win for these guys last night. Big win. Oscar Valdez, extreme underdog against the bigger, stronger, six-time defending champion Miguel Berchelt. Pulls off the show shocker and beats Miguel Berchelt. Not only does he beat him in a one-sided fashion and stops him in the 10th round. Phenomenal performance for Oscar Valdez. Showed the fans a lot of things that we probably didn't know he had in him. He showed the ability to switch hits. He fought in the southpaw stance very efficiently, fought in the orthodox stance very efficiently, dominated Miguel Berchelt round and round. He drops him, he hurts him, he out-jabbed Miguel Berchelt. Oscar Valdez just showed elements to his game that fans, I'm pretty sure, didn't realize were there. I myself picked Miguel Berchelt to win, and via stoppage, coincidentally, in the 10th round, which is the exact round that Oscar Valdez stopped Miguel Berchelt in. So I got that one all wrong. But there's a silly argument ensuing concerning the success of Oscar Valdez in that fight. And it goes as such. Who gets the credit on? Who gets more credit on? Why did the fight happen? You know, these type of silly arguments. I gotta tell you guys, here's the thing. It's a team, man. It's a team. They both get the credit. They both get the credit. Many times we've seen fighters lose a fight because of a poor game plan. You know? They go into that ring and you're like, what are they doing? Lamont Peterson lost significant fights because of a poor game plan, you know? And it's the trainer that is responsible for designing that game plan, seeing, taking this fighter's talents and seeing what this fighter can do with his talents and the way he fights to get past the opponent. They have to design a game plan. A fighter can be superior in so many ways, but if they have the wrong game plan, they can still go in that ring and lose the fight. So you have to give the trainer his respect for, a fighter winning, especially if it's a fighter that he's responsible for training, for designing that game plan. Now then there's the other side where the fans say, well, it's not the trainer that's in the ring throwing the punches. It's not the trainer that's in the ring taking the punches, which is fair play. The fighter does have to go in there and execute the game plan set up. It has to stay disciplined. Unlike what we saw in young Josh Kelly, he was winning the fight, yet he didn't stay disciplined enough to stick to the game plan, and he ended up losing the fight. And so there is the respect of the fighter to go in there and get the job done. However, it is a team, guys, and they both get the credit. I don't believe that it should be this thing where we run back and forth, we argue and bicker and gripe about who deserves more credit. See, Eddy Reynoso has been getting a lot of attention, I should say, and talk, because he's done a phenomenal job with Oscar Valdez. Some people weren't really confident of what they were seeing initially, but I don't think that those questions are there now, since he's come through and beat Miguel Berchelt in the fashion he did. But then we also know that Eddy Reynoso is responsible for young Ryan Garcia, and he found success going in there against a more experienced opponent and Luke Campbell, and became victorious. And of course, Eddy Reynoso is famed for being the trainer of one Canelo Alvarez, the best in boxing, presumably right now, #1 pound for pound guy. Yes, sir, Eddy Reynoso is also the trainer of Canelo Alvarez. And it doesn't stop there. Eddy Reynoso, 2018 Trainer of the Year. And people didn't give him credit because they say, oh, it's all about Canelo. Well, nowadays, you got Oscar, you got Ryan. Well, and so the argument ensues. Who gets the credit? Who gets more credit? Well, neither of them, guys. Remember, it's a team thing. It's a team thing. For every good fighter, there's a good trainer behind them a lot of times. You know, we've seen great fighters lose a fight because the game plan was bad. They didn't mesh well with the trainer. We've seen fighters leave one trainer and wasn't doing so well, and he gets a new trainer, and it's like his career's revived. He goes on to become a champion. So trainers are definitely important. Definitely important. Sometimes you get the situations where it's just a match made in heaven. And even with that statement, a match made in heaven, it's a match made, a team thing. Dual credit, dual responsibilities, dual success. Think of it like that, guys. No need to argue back and forth who gets more credit or who's responsible for the winning. Just understand it. Maybe it's just the fact that Oscar Valdez and Eddy Reynoso are a great team. Takes two to win that thing, a trainer and a fighter, and they're a great team. And y'all know how I always in this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.